decent break off, but again, this red just showed itself. And it's a red that Mark Selby will definitely be taking on. Drop it in. Guaranteed position on the black. Oh, it's just superb. Just make it look so easy. Tough shots, you know, really difficult, and just stroked it in, no problem. Got a lovely angle now. It's not a great pack to go into, but talked about his cue power. There's half a chance here. Could open some reds. Yeah, it was never going to be easy. It was a horrible pack to go into from that side of the table. I don't think this red sticking out on the right-hand side is potable, so Mark Selby, we know he won't do anything silly. Won't do anything rash. He'll just play the right shot at the right time, like he always does. Stay disciplined.
Mark Selby 8.
Yeah, he's every sort of visit to the table is just adding to the pressure on Joe O'Connor, who just cannot afford to leave Selby anything now.
Shot was all about the cue ball, getting it over to that top left corner. Didn't exactly know where all the reds were going to go, but as long as he got a good cue ball, it was always going to be difficult for Joe O'Connor. There is a potential red available here, one closest to the left side cushion. It's so risky, it's a tough pot, and if he misses it, every chance to leave Mark Selby a red. No attempt at the pot there, just making sure he got the cue ball back, but colliding with the yellow means that there's a long red available here for Mark Selby if he wishes. Joe O'Connor feeling the heat from Mark Selby. I think earlier in the day he may have had a pop at that red as a shot to nothing. used the long red and played a similar sort of shot to the one before. Again, had half an idea, playing the red into the main pack, but didn't completely know where they were going to land. So just looking at the table now, the reds are in absolutely wonderful positions, so much pressure on every shot here. One mistake could be the last. And that is a mistake. First glance, you would expect Mark Selby to be on a red, but I just wonder, has that red come round and blocked the path to the red to left middle? And has he blocked everything to the left corner? If he has, he can count himself very, very fortunate. Mark Selby will still have a red up into the yellow pocket, but you would have expected something a lot easier than this to get going.
Yeah, worth making a note of that, because if Joe O'Connor ends up winning this tournament, that's kind of where it starts in the final for him. This is a big shot, though. If Selby can knock it in, then he's got his chance to clinch victory. Could have had an easier one.
Yeah, well as Selby's played, that was still a big shot, and as good as temperament as he's got, that would have been very hard for him to deal with that. He would have expected an absolute sitter as he walked to the table there. So that was a huge slice of luck for Joe O'Connor. And can he take advantage? He can get through to this red, bottom left corner, and if he knocks it in, I think he's guaranteed to land on a colour. So could that be the first real twist in this final?
Problem was where the balls were. He had to get that, didn't he? There was pressure on it. And now Mark Selby does get a better chance. Joe O'Connor sits down. Will he get back up while the match is still live, or will it be a shake hands time? It's up to Selby, who's played terrifically well in this final, and indeed in this group.
Well, as we know, the last frame is normally the hardest to win with what's at stake, but at any other time over these last 2 days, if Mark Selby had a chance like this, it was pretty much nailed on. He'd win the frame. So it's only the fact that what's at stake here preventing him, you feel, from winning frame and match at this visit.
Yeah, because he's not got to develop anything, has he? They're all there. It's just a question of keeping control of the cue ball. Easy to say that, but Mark Selby, the way he's played so far, you'd fancy him to do it. But as Joe says, it is the key frame now of the whole event. We started on January the 2nd. We've had 192 matches. I haven't counted the frames, but there's been plenty of them. It's all come down to this. Mark Selby with his chance to win.
8. $15.
Yeah, and that cue ball just pulled up in time there. And this is a good red to get out the way. Black was available in both pockets, but that red
16.
just making it slightly awkward for positional side of things. Now it's out the way. He's got access to the black from both sides of the table. Like Dave said, nothing to develop here. This is purely a case of nerve and just holding things together. You know, Mark Selby's one of the best in the business when it comes to holding your nerve.
Well, if he wins, it'll be his 37th professional title. Bearing in mind, as we've already mentioned, he had to rely on Malcolm Thorne giving him free practice just to play snooker. What an inspirational story, really. The work, the sheer effort he's put in over the years and continues to.
24.
Won't be happy with that one. That was a poor one from his point of view. He wanted to be further down the table here to have a straight yellow to right middle. So he's put pressure on himself here. And like we said, it's just the what's at stake making this difficult. Normally this is a routine table for Mark Selby just to make the most of and clear up, but so much pressure out there. So first real test for Mark Selby. And he's not knocked it in, so
Mark Selby. 24.
I wonder, is that a sign? It would be a very relieved Joe O'Connor getting out of his chair. Pretty sure he would have thought that was the end. Can he capitalise?
Well, in the last event, the Riyadh Masters last week, he was 3-1 up against Mark Allen, Selby and Mr. Black, and ended up losing 4-3. In that position he was in, you couldn't really ask for a better position to win a match, but just went wrong. Didn't get on a colour ideally. Still kind of fancied him to get the blue, but not to be. Now, Joe O'Connor's been so cool all day. Can he now produce his first significant contribution of the final?
Eight. Nine. 16. 17.
just as it was for Mark Selby. It's the same for Joe O'Connor.
23.
Nothing really to do here other than keep knocking working in a series of straightforward pots and simple positional shots. Doesn't need to play any cannons. Just got to hold his nerve and concentration. Oh, that one wriggled.
24.
That won't help him that much if he is feeling a bit nervy, which understandably he will be. And reds wobble and drop, they don't do you any good. Your confidence takes a little knock.
Thirty. $31.
Yeah, there's pressure on both, obviously. Kind of ended up on a bulk killer here, just trying to get back amongst the reds. Shot that one confidently.
$35.
Yeah, that was a better shot than it looked. I'll just have a look at the little scoreboard now. But the fact that he took a brown off that last red means that he will now need the more difficult red of the remaining reds, but you've got to get the easy ones as well, and that's a
Joe O'Connor.
big mistake.
35.
Joe O'Connor, he's hardly missed an easy ball all day. And what a time to miss your first one. He missed a ball you'd expect him to pot. Just wonder, was he just thinking? He just had a look at the scoreboard prior to that. I just wonder, was he thinking too far ahead of himself? Either way, he's missed it. He's given the table back to Selby.
1.
It's getting a little bit nervy out there, understandably.
Yeah, it kind of should be, I suppose. After such a long event, you know, 16 days in total. Oh, where's this cue ball? That's not good.
8.
So suddenly it has become a little error-strewn.
Mark Selby 8.
Yeah, but in a way, it's good to see. You know, after all the titles Mark Selby's won, world titles, Masters, UK Championships, it's just an indication of how much it means to win any tournament on the Pro Tour. Just feeling it for the first time in this final. Just got to be careful here. If he's playing the cross double safety shot, must avoid the double kiss on the way back. just about managed it, but he won't want the cue ball in off, and that's okay. A pretty decent effort from there.
One.
Well, what a pot. Joe O'Connor would have been, well, he'd be even more unhappy when he gets out of his chair, because he's going to be tight behind the green.
Mark Selby 1.
Mark Selby turning the screw here. Wasn't clinical with his 2 scoring chances, but you know he's going to make it as difficult as possible for Joe O'Connor. Looks like he's decided on the 2 cushion escape. Clip the red thin, back up to balk. It's a lovely shot when it comes off, but if he catches this red too thick, he's going to leave the cue ball in the middle of the table. Just like that. So he's left Mark Selby. Choice of reds here. Red with the rest, or red up into the yellow pocket. Neither is easy, but it's a chance nonetheless.
Yeah, mistakes have crept in to this frame, so nothing's guaranteed for sure. Has he got one good pot in him to set up another chance to win it? He certainly does.
1.
So this is chance number 3 then in this frame. You'd have felt good knocking that in, I'm sure.
Wonderful shot. Played that with just a trace
5.
of reverse side, so when it hit the side cushion, the angle just widened, bring him down closer to this red. I'm assuming the black pots into left corner. So a quick look at the scoreboard. 11 ahead. Takes blacks off these 2 reds. It'd be 27 ahead with 27 remaining. So going to need the yellow, but it's not in
6.
a bad position when you think he's going to be playing the black off the last red. So this clear opportunity for Mark Selby to win the title right here.
And make no mistake, this is a hard tournament to win. Matches are short. The winners group was stacked with talent. Joe O'Connor has played so well to get to the final at the expense of some real big hitters. It's a tournament you really,
40.
if you win it, you've really earned it. Selby's 2 pots away.
That looks just about ideal.
21.
So this yellow then, Joe O'Connor needing snookers. In it goes, and he's nicely on the green, just to make extra sure. Well done, Mark Selby. He played fantastic the last 2 days. And also well done, Joe O'Connor. Tremendous performance to get to the final.
26.
A great tournament, and a worthy winner in Mark Selby.
Yeah, Joe, alongside me, won the first Championship League way back in 2008. Who did he beat in the final? Mark Selby, who then lost to Judd Trump the following year.
30.
But has finally got his hands on the Championship League trophy. And this could be a springboard now for the rest of the season as we continue the run into the World Championship.
Mark
An all
Selby,
Leicester
33
affair
and
here
match.
in the city of Leicester has been won by Mark Selby. He beats Joe O'Connor by 3 frames to 1 to win the 2024 Bet Victor Championship League. His first title of the season, his first title, in fact, since he won the WST Classic here last year in Leicester. And as I say, a springboard potentially now for the rest of the season. Very shortly, we'll be getting his hands on that trophy. We'll have the presentation for you in just a moment. Of course, he takes £10,000 plus all the money he's earned along the way. His 37th professional title. And let's not forget all the breaks he's made. 21 centuries, 7 in the winners group alone. So really earned it. He only played 3 groups, 21 centuries. Just shows you he did the real heavy scoring in this competition. And okay, there was a slight wobble in that frame, but in the end he got in with a good red and he did the rest, and he is our champion, and I'm sure he'll be delighted when we speak to him shortly. So after all that, 16 days, hundreds of frames of snooker, some real drama, some great moments, our champion is a very familiar face. 4 times world champion Mark Selby has prevailed for the first time ever in the Championship League. Congratulations as well to Joe O'Connor. What a great tournament he had. He was a late call-up, really made the most of it. The maximum that he made in Group 7, the 200th in snooker history, was one of the real highlights. But let's now go and hear from our champion, Mark Selby, speaking to Phil Yates.